I'll tell you after. It's actually pretty funny though.
Nice.
It's pretty funny if you've heard it once.
We tried to
Wasn't
say.
talking
The
to you,
seventh time, it's like, okay.
I sense some condemnation in that.
I have
in
heard
that
it once.
timbre of his
I have heard
voice.
it once, but I'm curious to see how it has changed.
Oh yeah.
That's the best. Does the story grow?
curious
Is it
about-
organic?
This is why
Is it an
I
organic
enjoy having you
story?
back. Slowly but
I'm a
surely.
big fan. Wait, all of a sudden, the show is swayed from just me versus you to everybody versus me, and I'm not a fan of that.
I'm just saying,
It is a good story, though.
Mike, I have had faith in you growing into an increasing role
Nice.
because I felt like I knew you were a smart guy and I felt like you were laying back at first, but as we go, you're coming out of your shell nicely, and I enjoy it greatly.
Good, you're welcome.
So,
All right.
are we ready?
great.
I think we're
Are we ready
ready.
to talk about beer,
Drink some
or,
more
or
beer.
do we have to sit through one of Mike's stories?
After we're done, I'm excited to hear the story.
I'm not.
And it is crazy. I can't believe that guy. Anyway.
I'm excited to drink this next beer because that's what I'm excited about, I guess. Craft Beer Buds, welcome to Thursday Beer. Craft Beer Buds, where the palate always prevails because we don't know we're drinking until we drank it. And you don't know what we're drinking until we drank it. So we all have something in common, so you should subscribe and leave some comments. With that said, welcome back, Mike. Welcome, Randy. Welcome. I'll even welcome Mike,
Which is
because I
odd.
feel like he's getting beat up now, and so now I feel sorry for him. So, but that's a
We're
better
glad
feeling
you
than
and
being
your hat are
annoyed.
both here.
Especially the hat.
Yeah, especially the hat. That's the real star of the show.
That's right.
I brought this beer. We joked about I would bring a bad beer. That is not going to be the case today. Last week I brought Mother Earth Cali Creamin', which is one of my favorite beers. This is my absolute
plug.
favorite beer.
Oh.
This is a very well-known beer, so I would be very surprised if you don't take one sniff of this and know exactly what we're talking about here.
Interesting.
We'll see what happens.
He's throwing down a challenge.
But
it
this
sounds
is
like.
one of my favorite beers. A lot of people like this beer. There are a few people that I've come across who I say it's my favorite beer, and they are a little bit surprised by that. So I'm curious to hear you guys have to say about it. But I do think that the panel will like this. Oh,
Got
I
to
was
see
gonna
the
pour myself
pour.
again.
Let's
pour
see
over
the
here.
pour.
I would be very surprised if you aren't walking away with this.
Oh boy.
Oh, baby.
It is a dark.
Mo
it's
Hefe,
got-
Mo
Oh,
Hefe, Mo
I'm
Hefe.
gonna be in
We've
trouble.
had a bunch of
I can
fruity
tell
beers
already.
and a bunch of light beers this week, and this
I'm looking
is
for the
not-
hammock.
This is not fruity,
I'm looking for the hammock.
not fruity or light.
Oh, love
Ooh,
that.
I like the smell though.
Love that. Looks like a stout.
Ooh, nutty.
Yeah, man. Look at that.
There you go. This is.
Oh.
There you go. This is my favorite beer. In
I
San
think I know
Diego.
what this is.
It is.
Should I call
well-known.
my shot again off the
Not
nose?
yet, not yet.
Can
Hold
if
on,
you
hold
want
on.
to. Let's let these
Hold
guys.
Okay.
dissect
No,
it
I'm
a
not going to
little
say
bit.
anything. I'm just going to write something down.
There you go.
What do you think?
I haven't tried it yet. I'm still sniffing.
What's it
I'm
smell
sniffing.
like?
Yeah, well, on the fourth beer now, I'm starting to sniff things instead of sniff them. So
Smiffer.
When you sniff it, the flavor is different.
Ooh. Ooh.
And for those of you at home following along, you probably can't see this, but I'm showing you the abbreviation for this beer that I think it is.
We'll hit it up right before we reveal it. We'll ask.
All right, so who's
Yeah,
going to go
so
first
yeah.
this time?
What do you think? Do you try?
I'll
it?
Rochambeau you for it.
You win. Go.
That's because he didn't want to.
I don't want to go first. I got so much
He didn't know
shit.
the
What the Rochambeau was. No,
I got you,
Yeah,
baby.
okay.
No, he doesn't.
You know,
what
this
is it, Mike? What is the reference?
Go.
Enlighten us.
Wait, do we want some South Park references? 'Cause
There you
I'm
go.
not
That's
doing
all
that
you
one.
needed to say.
All right, challenge met.
Challenge met. Challenge was met.
Because I'm definitely not going to do that
Very
one.
smart. No. How are you going to call me? He kicked me in the nuts. So I'm just going to say this is a stout.
Jabs.
Hey, tick a jab. And stout, I'm going to say a coffee, some type of a coffee flavor with all of this.
This is my best
Coffee,
poker face.
chocolate, and I want to
We need
say
to play poker.
that's from that's the first. It's a little deceiving when I'm trying to smell it, but again, we're 4 deep now into 2 fruits and an IPA, so the palate could be a little bit confused.
4 deep is pretty good. Normally, I can only manage 2. But that's
You know what?
But they have pills.
Everything
and stuff
over
that
one is
helps
a bonus.
That, so
Everything over one is a bonus.
if you notice in a previous episode, I said I may not go deep, but I'm hell on the walls. That is a tribute to that.
Girth. Thank you, Girth.
Yeah, to throw it in case we didn't catch the reference there. We got a little.
We
are talking.
Party on Girth.
Jesus Christ.
Party on Girth.
Yeah, I was party on Girth. Yeah, so stout, I'm going to say that. Heavy, nice. I'm going to say APV probably upwards of maybe.
The upper echelon.
I'm going to go say 9.1 on this. Woo! I'm going to say 9.1 just because, and I don't have a lot of experience with the stouts. But yeah.
What's your rating then? If you want to, since you're going there already.
You know what? Can we come back to my rating? Let me get down a.
No, rate it now.
No, you don't have to know.
Or
you
the
can
girth
pass
monster
it
will
off.
come
You don't have
get
to
you.
rate it now.
You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do?
No, we don't.
Give me your ABV again, though.
I'm going to go, what did I say, 9.1?
That's why I'm asking. I don't know.
9.1.
I can't consult the tape yet.
I'm going to rate it at a 2. I'm going to take it at a 2.
Wow, jumping.
Subject
right
to
in.
change.
I will say,
Subject to change.
usually when I have this beer, I expect it to be a little creamier than it is out of this bottle. So it's a little more oily than I usually have it. But it's still really good. I love the flavor of it. The smell of it is terrific. You haven't heard too much about it, but I really like the smell of it. And it's definitely a beer that I like. For ABV, I have no idea. I usually go low. I think that's high, what you said, which was, what did you say, 9 something?
9.1.
Oh, I think that's high, but I'll go 6. Wow. No, maybe even lower. Maybe even like a 5. I'll
he's
say
at
5.2.
60% of yours. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
What did you say, 5.2?
I'll guess 5.2.
That was good
but
math,
again,
by the way,
I
quick
tend to be
math.
low on that stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
And it's definitely a beer that I like. This isn't the best taste of it that I've ever had. I think on off draft it's probably a little bit better, but it's still a solid beer. For a rating, I'll give it a solid 2. I wish it was a 3.
Wait a minute,
this
this is one of your
beer.
favorite beers, and you're
Yeah.
giving it a 2?
you can't.
That's interesting.
Is that an individual issue with this one specific?
This taste is not
It's
a
not the
3.
draft.
This taste is not a 3. I could go a little higher than 2, but I'll give it a 2. I don't know.
Wow, that's
There have
interesting.
been beers that I've tried here on this show that I like better than this one.
And this is your favorite.
But this beer in general, whenever I see it at a bar, if I have it, I enjoy it. So I don't know, but I got to go with my gut, and this specific taste is not nailing down what
I was actually impressed by the stout part that it wasn't so overwhelming.
Yeah,
That
that's
it really is
interesting.
not. Yeah.
Just what I think. It's just what I think. You guys can go with your own thing. It's a great beer. I do like it a lot, but this specific taste, I'm not a huge fan.
Interesting, because I am going the opposite of you, and this is typically not the kind of beer I like, and I really like this one.
Cool.
The smell is great. I definitely get a little chocolate coffee kind of.
That always reduces my rating when Mike says he likes a
I'm
beer.
telling
then
you.
it
He's
goes
immediately
down in my
boycotting.
book instantly.
Well,
We
it's-
have to decipher all of our little biases.
Straight out of the gate, as soon as I saw you pour it, I went, oh God, I'm not going to like this, because I don't typically like these super, super dark. And I said, it smells interesting, and I taste it. It has no aftertaste, which is nice. It's real, and it tastes great. Less filling. I'm going to give it a solid 2 1/4. That's big for me on this kind of beer. ABV, I'm going to say probably about 7, 6.5. 7. I'm going to say 6.7. 6.7 ABV.
I could go higher. I could go 2.25 on this because it
can't
is.
change it after you.
All right.
you can.
It's growing on him.
It
It's
does
growing
smell
on him.
so good. Like the smell is so terrific.
It really is.
I like it.
Actually, it's.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's why I went so high on the APV, because it seems so heavy that it seems like
It's
it
almost
must.
deceiving.
It
It
must
is,
need
yeah.
or must contain a lot of.
And what's interesting is
Or high
that
alcohol.
when you have a stout beer, usually it's a very strong, beery. It's a stout.
Right.
This is almost more of a flavored stout.
Yeah.
In that
Sure.
the flavor comes out even stronger, almost than the stout taste. And I do like the flavor a lot. So so it's interesting to hear that comment. But yeah, personally, this specific taste of it isn't the best one I've ever had. But the quality of it comes through so well that I do really like it.
Yeah, it's real good.
So, I don't know. That's what I think.
What you got there?
What do you
Captain
think?
Pontificator.
Well, no, I can't hold my head up anymore because I've had a few beers, so I'm just notice where my hand is.
Kickstand. Is that thus the kickstand?
I'm gonna get a little wooden stake.
It's funny, I didn't
at
even
the top,
realize
so
I
can
was
just
doing it
sit
until you
here
just
and-
said that. When I'm going, God, I am holding my
I'm
head
gonna make
up.
it through one more this week. One more.
No, I'm always up for a bonus beer. beer because this is fun for me. So, and I don't have to go anywhere. So, anyway, so right off the top,
Oh, I like this.
I feel like this is Belching Beaver peanut butter milk stout. It's not as creamy as what I remember having it at the brewery, but I get the kind of peanut butter.
I get peanut butter.
There is a peanut
I
butter
smelled the
thing.
nut right off the bat when the first piece of the aroma that I got was a little nutty. It's what it reminded me of. And then that's when the coffee though, once that settled in, that overrode everything else.
What
I thought
threw
was
me
coffee.
over the edge was when you said that it's not as creamy as you expected and was more oily. Because I've had this at the brewery, never had it in the bottle, but just, right off, and I haven't had that beer in a while. But when I smelled it, the first thing that came to mind was peanut butter milk stout. Yeah, that's what they call it. That's what I think it is. I like it. It is not as creamy as what I expected or remembered, so maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong with what I called it. But overall, I like it. I like this beer. I'll never forget the first time I went to the brewery and everybody was drinking it and they're like, you gotta try this peanut butter milk stout. And I'm like, that sounds like something I don't even want any part of. And then I drank it and I was like, wow, this is really fucking good. And it's one of their kind of like renowned beers that from what I understand, they don't even like being known for that beer. But it is one of their big sellers.
Aren't we going to be feeling really silly if that's not what it is?
We'll see. I will
we'll
tell you
see.
that
What's your rating in ABV?
One of you will be surprised today. I guarantee
if
that
only
one of you will
one,
be
then it
surprised.
might be me because I made such a strong stand. But rating-wise, I'm going to I'll give it a solid 2. Because even if it's not what I think it is, I like this. I could drink more than one.
Oh, yeah.
And I always say that's like really the highest compliment I can, regardless of the numbers, the highest compliment I can give any beer is that, yes, I will have another. And I like this. It's good, even if I called it wrong. It's good. It is.
Is it good?
But it is. It's peanut butter.
It is.
So
That was a commitment.
So then in the ABV, I don't recall what it is, but I'm going to put it at, I'll say 5.8.
All right.
Cool.
And that's
Ready?
that.
Don't
Alright,
I feel
see it?
silly?
Is he right?
It is indeed Belching Beaver peanut butter milk stout.
It wasn't
Nice.
nothing to
I
do with
called
coffee.
my shot.
Nice.
I am the only one. This is why it's my show. I have called the shot twice. I'm
peed all over that
not
one.
the like smartest beer guy,
weren't
but
sure.
twice I've
I
called
said
the
one
shot.
of you would be surprised because you said you didn't taste any nut or any peanut butter in this?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because this is definitely an overwhelmingly
Yeah.
peanut butter flavored.
Oh,
beer,
yeah.
in my experience. Maybe you burnt out on the
The mango and the berry.
Yeah. It is a
Hey, I like it. That's enough.
Mango
Honestly,
dingleberry.
who cares?
Yeah, I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Doug,
It is
feel
roasted
free.
coffee, chocolate, and peanut butter brewed
Okay.
with rolled oats and
The notes,
lactose.
So
the
we got the
nut right
coffee
off
and
the
the
bat.
chocolate. We got 2/3 of it.
Silky smooth. Well, you did say nut out of the gate, too.
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
I mean, the nut was the first thing that I caught.
Yeah.
And
this, I mean, you smell this beer and it's like overwhelming.
Yeah, and I've seen this a million times.
This is
and I've
one of
always
those
wondered about
beers
this one.
that I feel like once you've had it, you've had it and you know.
very
Yeah.
identifiable. It's
Sure.
very, yeah.
Whether,
can see
even
that.
though it's a totally different style, it's in the category with the Cali Creamin'.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
know. When
Right,
you've
yeah.
had it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a pretty big statement too to commit to saying
That
I
you-
could have another of 2 of these beers because 2 of these that's a pretty hefty
And
price
I will
tag.
say,
What's the
too,
ABV?
that this is a better beer at the brewery.
I'm gonna say this is-
Do we know the date of that bottle, when it was bottled? Is there a date on there?
The BOD, I'm not sure what BOD
buy on
means.
date?
109.17, so it must be it's been sitting in the
Okay,
store
so
then
that's
since January.
2 months.
So
But
that's a
see,
couple
that
months.
style, it's not a hoppy style. It should hold up in the bottle.
Yeah, like I said, I love this beer. It is much creamier off the draft
Yep.
than this. I've
Wow.
also had it on Nitro down at the Belching Beaver.
Nitro is the
Wow, that is
excellent. It's
amazing.
great
that
on
is
Nitro.
That light. Read the APV in the bottom.
But yeah,
What is
ABV
it?
on the bottom is 5.3.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a very,
and
like,
that
that's-
puts you at 5.2. You were within 1.
There you go.
There you
That's
go.
pretty close.
That just seemed.
But yeah, it's relatively low, and like I said, There are stouts that are much stronger than this beer. This is not a super
Oh,
strong
yeah, yeah.
But you know
stout.
what? The taste on this is, I could drink a lot more
Right,
of
the
this.
flavor is
Yeah.
much more interesting.
And you know what? If you like it out of the bottle, you would love it at
in
the
tap.
brewery.
Yeah.
It's
It's an
good.
aperitif, is what this really is. I mean, it is a beer, but it's not a beer.
Another thing they do at Belching Beaver in Vista, over at the tasting room over there. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's the Mother Earth. At Mother Earth, they have another. Sorry,
Belching Beaver.
Not to
Mother
take
Earth,
anything
that's the
away
same
from
thing.
this
they are literally a block from each other over in Vista, so that's why I got them confused. But Mother Earth will take their peanut butter stout and they'll mix it with their chocolate stout and do like a peanut
like a
butter
Reese's?
cup.
Oh,
Peanut
that
butter cup
sounds
mix,
good.
Which is really tasty.
That sounds good.
But yeah, Belching Beaver, one of my favorite breweries. They just rebranded actually. I think they have a new logo. I don't know if they use.
They
this logo
do
anymore.
actually. Yeah, yeah. They do have a new logo.
But they're great. It's terrific, and this is definitely like whenever I see this at a bar, we talk about situational stuff. This is one that I'll go for no matter what. This is a beer. That
yeah,
I
on draft, that's money every time.
Yeah.
I expected that after the statements from earlier that beer
There
was
you go.
gonna be-
Right on.
But yeah, it's a great beer, and
I see a problem with it. It's still
again,
got a lot of it
it's still-
left
yeah,
in
there's
there.
plenty-
It was
Let's
really
take
nice to
care
be
of that problem there.
introduced to a stout that I actually like.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely.
A lot of the stouts, like I said, coffee, they go hard on coffee, and I'm not a huge fan of just coffee stouts. Like coffee stout can it'd be a little bit too bittery. I do like traditional stouts, like I do like a Doppelbock or like a real dark type of stout. But this is not that. This is a flavored, like it definitely, it almost tastes sugary, how much it tastes like peanut butter. But it's a great beer.
So weird that you and I didn't get peanut butter at all. You
I got the nut,
smell,
but yeah, I
say
could.
nutty right
yeah,
away.
but
Yeah.
I didn't really get the peanut butter. I still.
Oh wow! And look at the bottom of that pour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, once you get down to the bottle, maybe we should shake these bottles.
And
That's
No,
that's a good choice. Let's shake each
Well,
one
it is.
before we
You
open
get-
it.
everyone has
Their,
gotten heavier.
Their Hops Highway 78, exact same thing, man. There's a lot of floaties and stuff going on. And not that that's a bad thing, it's just an observation.
Yeah, look
But
at the head still on his
This
right
is
there. No one else
totally
has it.
different than what, look
Yeah.
at Mike's down there and
Yeah.
look at mine.
Yeah, yours is like
Mine's
full.
I don't
empty.
even know if the
I've got like
cameras
a
are picking
stain
that
on
up.
the bottom of
Here.
my glass from
But
this.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
this
it's
looks
definitely
like
got some,
rusty something.
chocolate milk.
Almost killed myself.
He was
Every
4
time
deep.
I
He
say,
was 4
now you're
deep.
mic'd up. You can't go running away.
All right, here,
without-
pass this down to Jay so we can put it side
Yeah,
by
just
side.
put them side by side. I'll put them up here just so you can see.
There you go.
So
Look at the
this
difference.
is Mike's and this is the bottom pour.
Wow.
And again, not that that's like
It's huge.
Well, like,
If
that's
you
the-
guys- I don't know if
that's the
camera's
bottom
gonna pick
pour.
it up.
It's been settled a little bit for sure.
yeah. But that's all right.
Overall, that's a really. I really enjoyed that.
Yep. All right.
Situational though. I wouldn't.
Right.
I wouldn't do this at a practice. I probably wouldn't do this if I was eating a bunch of
and,
food
if
because
you
it's
look,
heavy.
You can't see it, but man, if you look
Yeah,
at
it's
the bottom,
scary.
in the bottom of the
there's
glass
even
there.
stuff that's clinging to the bottom of my glass.
Those are chatos.
They're what?
And with that,
Chatos crabs.
See, we speak English here. We speak English here.
a little
So-
bit.
anywhere after that.
The delayed effect.
Yeah.
And then we mentioned, I remember we mentioned.
Mike's playing the straight man. The comedian, by the way, is playing the straight man right now. It's
we
totally out of
mentioned
character. for
Earlier,
him.
either earlier in the week or I don't know if it was on camera or off camera, but we mentioned miso honey. That's another
Yes.
Belching Beaver. It's
Yeah.
another. It's an
Wait,
interesting.
I'm sorry, what?
Miso honey is their honey.
I got $5.
IPA, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not. Don't quote me on the fact that's
Wah,
IPA.
Oh, yeah, that one. Where's your soundboard? That was definitely a.
Gave up on the
Miso is a-
soundboard. It's too much of a distraction.
That's why I skipped right over. I didn't respond to it. But no, it's a. They also make a really good beer that has a honey flavored. It's like almost like a meaty type thing. So it's great. But yeah, this is the beer that I have found is most reliable that I enjoy the most in San Diego. And if you can get some of it, then there you go.
Yeah, it's definitely a flagship beer for them, whether they want it to be or not.
Hey, how does it taste on the bottom versus in the middle? Is it different taste? Or
Is it their stairway to heaven?
You know,
To a certain extent, it
Yeah,
is.
their stairway to heaven. They don't want to be known by it, but it's such a classic.
I'm sure they.
you know what?
they're thrilled to
I'm
sell
not.
it,
It's
but-
not really that much different.
it just looks different.
It looks different,
Oh, yeah.
but honestly, the taste is not really discernible. There's not a discernible difference.
Wow, whatever beer we're drinking next is going to probably put me to sleep.
Okay.
Because I'm like,
So
oh
with
my
that,
God.
I guess we should speed it along before Mike has to go night-night because he can't drink too many beers. So, Craft Beer Buds, thanks for checking us out. If you're going to punish your liver, make it count. Space, period, full stop. Wherever possible, drink it where they brewed it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks. Cheers.
Peace.
So, okay, who's got, actually, that very last taste was the very last